Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here, and I am glad to be here. Arrows out. Kindness can last for generations. I'm going to share with you a story about a dog. This story is over 250 years old, but yet it still continues to inspire today. And I'm going to tell you about Sasha, a story that's over 5 decades old, but yet it still continues to inspire. Let's talk about Sasha first. Right during the Vietnam War, at the end of the Vietnam War, Disneyland invited a bunch of veterans to come up who had lost their limbs. They even sent Mickey Mouse One, their big jet, picked them up, brought them all down to Anaheim, took them all day long. They played and enjoyed the time that was there. And as they were about ready to part, all of these military men standing there without arms, but just hooks hanging down. There was a sudden feeling of uneasiness. Nobody knew what to say. Then all at once, Sasha, one of the guys, went over to them and said something like, "Men, before you leave, do you mind if I just shake your hooks?" And she shook hooks with each one of them. And as you know, metal conducts warmth and heat. And I'm sure that as she grabbed hold of their hooks and shook them, her warmth extended right into their heart. Now, the men flew back home. Disney people got a letter several weeks later that said, from their commanding officer, said what a great experience it had been for all of them to go down to Disneyland and spend the entire day there. But here's what got the most. He said, "My men were terribly impressed with everything that was done. But do you know what they remember most? A young woman by the name of Sasha who shook all of our hooks." You see, that's arrows out. In the moment, being able to step up and do that. And I'm going to guess we have tons of opportunities around us all the time. All you have to do is be watching the news. I can't help but cry when I see arrows out. For the millions of people that are extending in some way or another arrows out for the people that are suffering in Ukraine and other places. All right, 250 years old, a dog. Sir Walter Scott. You may know him as the great poet, the great historian, great author. He had books like Ivanhoe. Movies have been made from his writings. Goes back to, he was born in 1771. So that tells you, I think he died in 1832. So in that time, he wrote so much. You've heard of, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive." That's from him. And he was the gentleman's gentleman. When little children came in the room, they would get around him and they wanted to be around him and to listen to him. Women would come in, he said, whether they were homely or beautiful. He treated them all the same. He was attracted to them and they were attracted to him. Even men of great renown or of little renown could approach him. One of them one time said, "You must have had an amazingly impressive mother who taught you all of these things that's caused you to be so kind." His response was, "Nope, I did have a wonderful mother, but actually that is not where I learned the lesson." He said, "When I was a boy of 8 or 9, I went out on the street and I was playing and I saw a dog down the street. So I picked up a big rock, not knowing whether it would hit it or not. I threw it to scare it. But," he said, "I hit the dog and I broke its leg." And in his words, the dog fell down on its front legs, crawled up to me, and licked my boots. That is where I learned charity. Now, over a centuries old, acts of kindness have ripples. Arrows out has ripples. Can you be the answer to somebody's prayer today? Keep asking. I'm sure you may not even know it when you are. But if you ask, those opportunities will come to you. Have a meaningful week. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.